Let the meltdown begin. MMA Meltdown on the Fight Network. I am Gabriel Morency. Let's do this thing as we pick up the pieces following UFC Fight Night 67 in Brazil. We'll take a quick look back at what happened on Saturday night. We'll forge forward. We've got another fight night, this time in New Orleans, Louisiana. We'll break it down with the premier combat sport odds maker in the business. Joey Odessa will join us. We'll crunch the numbers for Fight Night 68, as well as take a little peek, look ahead at Fabricio Verdum and Cain Velasquez as the big man on campus returns. Can he reclaim his belt? And we can get this interim stuff over and done with. Cain Velasquez hasn't been in an octagon since 2013, man. October 2013. That's a hell of a long time, but Cain comes back. Verdum's been on a roll. Can't wait for that fight. We'll crunch the numbers. It was great seeing Carlos Condit return. One of my favorite fighters in the UFC. The dude's just, he's just money, man. He always just freaking brings it. Win or lose, you're getting an honest effort from Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit's got a bright future in the welterweight division right now. A wide open welterweight division. We'll know a hell of a lot more on July the 11th. The Condit also has a future as a plastic surgeon as well. Reconstructive facial surgery on Thiago Alves. Free of charge, Thiago. Who else wants a nose job? Step up and in. And as somebody that had the over in the fight, my apologies. I gave the over. You know why? Because I'm an idiot. You know, listen, Thiago Alves, speaking of idiots, I got a ton of respect for Thiago Alves. But the one thing you don't want to do when you don't have a reach advantage is stand in the freaking pocket. That's all the guy does. It's entertaining as hell, but he's going to get himself killed. And he basically did just get himself killed. You know the episode of The Simpsons when Homer suddenly becomes smart because he finds out he had a crayon lodged in his brain his whole life, but he gets taken out and then suddenly he's a wise guy and he doesn't like life as a wise guy. So he goes back to being an idiot, and Mo takes a hammer and like hammers the freaking crayon into his brain. That's like Carlos Condit. That's what he was doing. He's like hammering a crayon into Thiago Alves' brain. And I'm thinking, broken nose, man. Whatever. I played in the NBA, hoop it up. Some dude busted my nose. Blood was dripping down my face. I drank my blood, spit it at his feet, and I said, let's go. But I wasn't getting punched in the face by Carlos Condit. So I was thinking, man, what kind of world are we living in right now? Broken nose? And I'm seeing all these people tweeting, like, you know, the old timers. Is this the type of world we live in now? Broken nose, you stop a fight? But I wasn't really a broken nose, man. His nose was above. It's above his eyebrows, man. You know, when your nose, I've never seen that before. I've never seen someone's like freaking like nasal bone somehow like protruding above their eyebrows before. They don't call him the natural born killer for nothing. All right, so we've got Dan Henderson headlining and Tim Boetsch headlining. Why? I don't know. Your answer is as good as mine. I get paid the big bucks to have these answers. They're 3-9 in their last 12 fights combined. What the hell is Dan Henderson doing? I don't know. Is this like Mark Munoz and Luke Barnett? Or, you know, can Dan Henderson ride off into the sunset? I hear they want him to fight Michael Bisping at UFC 200 next year. I don't know, like, you know, does Dan Henderson need the money this bad? Is Tim Boetsch this bad? This is a tough card here. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a card that was the heaviest chalk ever. There was more chalk on that card than there was on a first baseline. But this card is unbelievable. There's not one favorite above 190. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll crunch some numbers with Joey Odessa. We'll break down UFC Fight Night 68. All that and more. MMA Meltdown on the Fight Network continues.